Hello and welcome back to part 2 of the live stream that we did last night. This is the condensed version. And what we're going to be talking about today is good old Justice Nichol, or Nichol, or whatever you want to call him. Obviously, we went through quite a few things last night regarding him and just certain things that have popped up recently. Because obviously, with him saying about Johnny Depp and this whole situation, dismissing actual law enforcement of their statements and basically saying to the copper, well, you're lying, I believe her more than you. Which kind of goes to show where Justice Nichol's head is. And that's firmly up his bum, obviously. But we have seen over the past decade or so, maybe even longer now, that Justice Nichol has done some really shady stuff. He has let people off. He has said that just because someone said something happened, he automatically believed them because of the people involved, which kind of goes to how this is. He's also had a battle against the Sun newspaper, which is very sneaky of what the Sun has done because they went against him, but we'll look at this later on. So let's just jump straight into it. As you can see, we did start in talking last night regarding Adam Waldman's tweet where he says about Sean Bett, who is a 14-year LA Sheriff's Department veteran, which says by here Rocky Pennington was hiding inside the apartment, whose entrance we were guarding. So, LA Sheriff's Department were guarding a door, not letting anyone in or out. The judge said, I do not accept your evidence to the extent that it conflicts with the evidence of Miss Heard, Miss Pennington, or Mr. Drew. Basically, law enforcement can go and take a run and jump. That is exactly what the judge has said. He's like, I don't believe you. The person who was sworn to protect the innocent, the ones who are going to protect the public, I don't believe you. I believe some doped up, drugged up, drunk woman instead of you. And as you can see, John in the comment section, he just said it perfectly. Just say it like it is, coward Nichols. I do not accept any of JD's 19 witnesses, remember, because they don't fit under Amber's narrative that I was paid to make Amber win. He pretty much said it. And then you got Margarita Pinto is completely right. Well said. And obviously, Johnny had quite a lot more statements from eyewitnesses. He had surveillance, everything. But the judge didn't even care about it. And obviously, one of the biggest issues that carried on was we saw gross, and I mean now, this is gross negligence from Mr. Justice Nichol himself back in 2013. In 2013, there was a patient who sadly passed away, and David Sellu, who is a surgeon, he was convicted and sentenced to prison. He served 15 months in prison because of Judge Nichol. And with that as well, he appealed it. The 3 appeal judges said, miscarriage of justice. The judge should never have done this. The judge was wrong. So when you got 3 judges to 1 saying that, and especially why they say that, which is very interesting. So as you can see by here, you put David Sellu's name into Google, it comes up with a whole host of articles from the time. We even got some going back to 2 years ago. They look for a scapegoat. Tragedy of the scapegoat surgeon who saved dozens of lives. David Sellu cleared of misconduct. Surgeon says justice not done for the family. Doctor's conviction over this was quashed. Gross injustice. Then you had more, serious errors caused the patient. Jail for doctor. And then you got top surgeon jail. And if you can look by here, this one is 2013. And all the rest are from 2016 up to 2019. And that's kind of sad to see because obviously, as we were talking about in the stream last night, the judge, he was wrong. 100%. And when you get other judges saying you did a shit job, why would they allow that to continue? And this is the other one. This is what we looked over last night, which was the first word. This is from Roger Kirby, the editor of Men's Health, and this is what he says about it. He goes on about, obviously, November 2013, all bail jury, by a 10-2 majority, remember now. So 10 people said guilty, 2 said no. Convicted general surgeon of the patient. But then it got at the very bottom, which was very interesting. The 3 appeal court judges ruled that the conviction was unsafe because the original trial judge, Mr. Justice Nichol, had given inadequate direction to the jury. The jurors had not been given enough help to decide whether that Mr. David Sellew was accused of was gross or not. But in other words, so bad as to amount to a crime. And that got a lot of people thinking, because so it's like, right, okay, 2013, he sentenced a man to prison, which was wrong, because he just wanted to get out of there. And that's exactly what happened. The jury asked him for help. Can you help us with this or whatever? They asked the judge questions, and the judge basically said, go away, come back with your answer. That's exactly what happened. And with that is absolutely disgusting, because again, this is meant to be one of the biggest judges in the UK, and he's going to retire this year, and it's going to be all over for him. No one's going to know when he retires. He's going to go quietly, and nothing will come of his actions. And he should be held accountable, because it's not just the Johnny Depp case. We got the David Sellew case from 2013. We've also got one in 2013, another one again, where Rio Ferdinand, a football player, or ex-retired football player here in the UK, who he asked the Mirror, the Mirror were going to print a story which basically wasn't true. And the judge accepted the newspaper. They went, yes, the newspaper can print it. But then, in 2015, we have this. Hands off our freedom. This is from The Sun, but I'm on the Wayback Machine, so it's always great to go on there. If you've got the link, boom it in there, web.archive.org, and you don't have to give them the clicks. Hands off our freedoms. In this judicial dictatorship, it seems money talks and free speech walks, says author Mick Hume. Human Rights Act allows elite judges to poke their nose into public issues. And there he is, ladies and gentlemen. He doesn't look like that now, he looks a lot more older. Do we live in a democracy or some sort of judicial dictatorship? Our top judges appear to be acting as an unaccountable law unto themselves on issues that should be none of their business, from free speech to that. The latest case of judges getting above themselves involves another gag on press freedom. So with this here, Mr. JUDGE Nichol has just granted a High Court injunction to a very wealthy businessman to stop the newspapers revealing that he is undergoing investigation for possible involvement in serious financial crime. So with this here, it does go on, and there's a few things where he says about it. You got David Sherborne, who was with Johnny Depp, which he is. Nobody doubts that this unnamed multimillionaire has been questioned by police. So we got that by there. But you do get a few things like, yet Mr. Justice Nichol insists that a businessman must remain anonymous because he is under investigation over alleged financial offences. A case of money talks, free speech walks. What excuse did the High Court give for granting the gagging order? He has a nursery-aged child who might be damaged by bad publicity. That is one of the key things that we take away from all of this, because we have seen the judge go out and do so much bad stuff regarding this Johnny Depp case. It's almost like he wants to get his name out there and be like, yes, I'm all for the press, I'm all for this, which is basically what he did, because he was like, oh, you think I was wrong. But so far, in this video alone, we have looked at 3 cases where this particular judge was wrong. And he was actually told he was wrong by other judges. And in that instance, when you got 3 other judges telling everyone that this decision by this judge was wrong, and the judge they're saying this about is one of the oldest and one of the most well-known judges here in the UK because of media law, which is where he actually wrote the book on it, with Jen Robinson, who is Amber Heard's lawyer, with her teacher, mentor, and everything else. So it kind of goes, all right, there we go. So there's another link going from the judge to his best friend to Amber Heard's lawyer. Or, if you want to do, the judge's son, the son. And that's what it is. And it's kind of sad to see that this judge, where the Sun newspaper in 2016 goes, this judge was wrong. Then 4 years later, they're like, oh, I love this judge is amazing. It makes you think, back then, did anything happen in between? In between 2016 and 2021, 2020, not 2021. We're in 21 now. And did the son and all that go, oh, here you are, mate. Here you are, Judge. Make sure it goes better. You never know. But what we are going to be doing, we are going to be talking a bit more about the Judge in the next week, because I have found quite a few stories where the Judge has gone in favour of literally someone saying something stupid and the Judge has believed them. This Judge now, Justice Nichol, and this person. So it's going to be very interesting, so stay tuned for this week. Tonight, in 1 hour's time, I am actually with Rob's Rules over on his channel. I will leave a link below to his channel so you can go across and give us a watch if you are there. If you are new to the channel, please like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell for future updates, and I'll see each and every one of you soon.